I'm explaining to you. A classic man is a danger to you. And me too. Tatted on my forehead. Go home. Go to bed. I dread something we get this way come. When the family unit is overrun. When the structure is undone. By some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick.
Welcome back to the Franchise Podcast. I'm Joe Arrigo. With me is my brother TQ.
Oh yeah, in the building.
I like this song. It's a good song right here.
Yeah, you know we got some new ish coming out right now.
Oh, I know.
Starting to go down right now, man.
Can't let anybody know that yet. Top secret.
Good point.
G47 classified. DEFCON 3 classified.
Hey, we had a long week, bro.
Yes, we did.
It's been a long week.
It's been an interesting week. We did a lot of high school football. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Raiders and what they've done this past week.
Got a dub. Wait, before we get started with the Raiders, I want to say one thing. I want to send a great big shout out to the great Josh McDaniels, who is our #1 fan and our most avid viewer. He listens to what I say to do every week and implements it into the game plan.
Hey, we were not supposed to start with the Raiders, man.
I mean, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to throw that out there first.
I thought you were going to save that.
I mean,
pulling the curtain back.
I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away, but I'm feeling so good about it that I had to just get it off my chest. Now I'm on a positive wavelength now, and we can move on into the show. You feel me?
I hate to bring you down, but we're gonna start with the Lakers.
Oh man, damn!
Who play tonight, and they're not gonna have Russell Westbrook.
Oh really?
Yeah, his hamstring magically is hurting him again.
What do you mean magically, man?
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm pissed off at Russell Westbrook. And I'm pissed off. I can't even say his name. I'm that pissed off. Okay, look, Russell Westbrook. Okay, look, Russ, you're a phenomenal player. You averaged 18, 7, and 7 for most guys in a season. That's great. Okay, but when you're with the Lakers, it's not great because you're the third option. And this is the thing that gets me. Okay, this is the thing that bothers me.
Here you go.
Fourth quarter against the Trailblazers on Sunday. Under 30 seconds left. You run down the court when it's you on 3 people and shoot a mid-range jumper. Hold the damn ball. Let the clock run down. Get the foul. Go to the line. Make free throws. So a 3 ties it instead. What they do, Dame Lillard he bricks as usual. Lillard gets the ball, comes down, knocks down a 3. Okay, LeBron gets the easiest bucket he's ever going to get in his life. And then they come down and lose the game because they give up a layup, which was contested by LeBron and AD. Phenomenal play by Jeremy Grant. But the problem is, once again, Russell Westbrook and his deficiencies on the court and his attitude towards the media and fans and it looks like the organization alike is causing a problem with the Lakers and is forcing them to be, basically is putting them in a lose-lose situation on the court and off of it. Tell me I'm lying.
I can't tell you you're lying, sir. That bothers me because I love to be on the opposite side of you, especially with these kinds of subjects. But I have to admit, I'm on your side with this one, Joseph.
Oh, hell's getting cold.
Yeah, it is. It is because I didn't get to watch the game Sunday. I was at the Raider game. I was not shooting. I was in my seat. I was drunk. And I yelled, "Give the ball to Josh!" So many times I lost my voice.
Wow.
Got home, passed out. And I didn't really watch the game. I saw some highlights. You know how they played a little replay, the little Lakers.
Yeah, that's where I watched it too.
Compacto. And saw a little bit of that. My issue was the game before. 0 for 11.
Yes.
That's when I was done. I was done with this situation at 0 for 11.
Did you hear his comments after that?
Yes.
I played a solid game.
Yeah, that right there cut me. I'm no longer a Russell Westbrook supporter.
Russell Westbrook?
I have been when they first spoke about getting him and bringing him to LA. I said to myself, here's another ball dominant guy coming into offense to clog things up. So I'm saying to myself, they must have had some type of conversation. And the fact that Brian was leading the train to bring Russ here I felt like there just had to be some kind of buy-in of a change in Russell Westbrook basketball.
But then we were on opposite ends of this because I remember we were at the table, at a dinner table when this happened, and I was like, I would have taken the Buddy Hield deal.
Yeah, you did. I was saying to myself, this man is an MVP. At when he's at his best, he's a triple-double machine. He's never been the greatest shooter, but he wasn't this bad. And that brings me to the real problem for the Lakers. It's not just the Brody.
No, it's not. I agree with that.
The Lakers cannot shoot. Now, here's a distinction. Over these LeBron years, the Lakers have not been able to shoot three-pointers outside of one, maybe two players every once in a while. You had nobody where you felt the ball had more of a shot to go in than the brick. The difference now, they can't shoot, period. It's
like free
not
throws?
About three-pointers. It's about mid-ranges. It's about they can't do anything but layups and dunks. That's it. Okay. That's the situation. That cannot get better until a move is made, right?
I agree.
You know what they do have?
Yes.
They have some gritty players that can fight for the ball, that could really, really muddy up a game,
annoy
mess
you,
up some things, annoy you. Buy into the defensive side of the ball. That's how you're gonna stay competitive.
But
please, look. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I got a remix.
Go ahead, remix it.
For the Lakers.
Go ahead.
Stop shooting the ball before I have a fucking heart attack. Think it over. Please.
Oh,
please. If I have to sing it, if I have to say a poem, a rap, please. Every time somebody shoots the ball, bro.
Okay, so
stop shooting the ball.
I agree with you, but you still have to take them. It's like running the ball in football. You may not have an effective running game. You still got to run the ball to show that you can. You never know when you can.
They're not showing that. They're not getting open looks.
They've gotten better, and I'll say Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, LeBron. They've got.
What's going to happen when people start sticking them again? What's going to happen when they make a couple of them and people actually start playing defense?
Clears
on
the
no
lane
shot.
up to go to the rack.
Man, I don't see it.
But here's the thing. At this point, Magic Johnson talked about it with Shannon Sharp, and it's about accountability when it comes to Russell Westbrook. You know, Magic got booed multiple times in his career. One is when he got Paul Westhead fired.
Right.
And all he did was reel off like 10 triple doubles.
Okay.
And people stopped booing. After the 84 World Championship series, when he played like dog crap, he worked his tail off, and 85 was the reason they won the NBA championship. So against the Celtics. So it shows, and Laker fans aren't dumb.
No, they're not.
Okay, we as Laker fans know what good basketball, what championship caliber basketball looks like.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it more than anybody else.
Yeah. And in this team, it has a couple pieces that are championship caliber pieces, but you got to get the right pieces around it. And that's why, I mean, there's a talk with the Utah deal. Who was it? Conley, Gay, and who was it? Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson.
There's the Indiana deal with Hield and Miles Turner, which I think is the
okay. All of that's fine. All of that's fine. What I feel is happening, there is a pile on. I get it that Russ is bad, but everybody is piling on Russ as if Anthony Davis actually comes down to the barbecue grill more than once or twice a game. He doesn't.
Here's the difference.
How about you put your big butt on somebody down low in the block?
Here's the difference.
So that we can open something up. You need one shooter. Can we get one shooter to play on the same side as a Russ or on the same side as some of that weakness?
Here's the deal.
Just to open it up a bit?
Let me tell you, here's the deal. Here's the difference. Lakers wouldn't have won that title without Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis helped bring a title. Russ hasn't. Russ has brought losses, headache, and been a pain in the ass since the day he got to L.A.
Okay, so when Russ leaves and they bring in Buddy Hield and Miles Turner,
the Heat will fall back on AD like it was last year or the year before after they won the world's title.
We're not going to win a championship until AD becomes the player through which we run the offense on this team.
And he's been so far this season. Last game he had 20, 12 and 8 blocks.
I get that.
I mean,
I understand that. How consistent is that going to be? And then his points, his numbers, is he getting them in a way that's going to allow the team to get better? That's my question. Or is he just putting up his numbers? What's the efficiency like? Because when AD shoots a jump shot, I want to jump in a hole.
Sunday's game, when I went back and watched it Sunday night, AD, a lot of his points were down low, on the block, layups, dunks, lobs. He took 2 threes.
All right, good.
And I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, okay.
And the reality is, though,
where is he? Where is he? Okay. When the Lakers make a defensive stop, right?
Right.
When AD when he runs to his offensive spot on the floor, where is it? It's always too far away from the basket. He stops his run too far away from the basket, and he doesn't get position. And if there's anybody down low that has any amount of strength, he's not going to work himself down there.
Here's the thing. With that offense, it's a pick and roll offense. They run the pick and roll up top. That's why he runs there, because that's when they run that play.
He's been doing this for years.
But this is what they're
doing this in New Orleans.
This is
what a problem with him down then.
This is what they do, though. This is what the Lakers. That's the offense. Now you bring up the defense. Look, I see things I like with this team. I see culture being built with Ham, who's holding players accountable. He's not taking no mess from nobody.
And we knew he was going to do that.
Right, but for a first-year head coach with LeBron James and AD and Russell Westbrook, for a coach to come in and be like, this is how we're doing it. It's like Ten Hag with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Bro, Darvin Ham might beat them dudes up.
Exactly. But that's my point, okay?
We knew that when he was coming. We knew what was coming with him.
They're playing good defense, even against the Warriors. Yeah. They're playing good defense. Yes. There are traits that this team could be a playoff team. They just have to make that move. And
no, they got to stop shooting.
They got to make the move in order for it to happen. Stop shooting. It's not today's NBA.
A missed 3-pointer is going to create a mismatch going the other way. It's going to create a long rebound, and it's going to be harder for you to get back on defense and recover from it. Once you do it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times, and nobody's even sticking you because they know you can't make it, as soon as you shoot, they set up an offensive mode. They got a leg up on you, and you're not going to come back from it. Stop shooting 3-pointers. You don't have nobody on the team that can make them. Bron said it already. They don't have no shooters.
So you're going to
continue to shoot.
No.
No.
You keep Westbrook, yes or no? Simple question.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so at that point, you got to do one thing first. Make the trade and get rid of them. Bring in the guys that can hit the threes, like a Hield, like a Gay, like a Conley, Clarkson, who's, he's streaky. We know that as Lakers fans. You make that deal. And then guess what happens? You start hitting threes. If you're not, then you don't. But you still got another big man in Miles Turner that's down there playing next to AD.
I think either one of those are going to get us better performance than what we're getting with Russ right now.
I agree.
So I understand that point. Neither one of those are going to get us to the championship.
No, they're
at all.
You never know. Weird things happen when teams get hot, man. Look at the Phillies in baseball. Like they barely made the playoffs. They get hot.
But that's different though. That's not the same. That ain't the same.
Hey, just get in the second season and see what happens.
We got to get AD to the advantage that he is. Do you realize, and I've heard this a couple of times from the pundits, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Nobody mentions AD anymore as one of the best players in the league.
He's been hurt.
Okay, but still. So what?
He's been hurt.
Steph got hurt.
And when he was hurt, he's just now in the last 2 years been back to being that. Same with KD. No one's talking about him being when he gets back. It's Giannis, Embiid, it's Tatum's in that mix, Jaylen Brown's in that mix.
KD has always been in that mix. And he has spent significant time out of our eye with injury. What I'm saying is, it's time for AD to take over, man. Like, it's time for him to really be a dominant big man, which he's only been in the bubble as far as I'm concerned. And regardless of what we do with, Russ is a detriment right now because number one is killing the locker room, I believe.
Yep.
All right, so you got to get him out of there. 0-11, man, look, I'm a Laker fan. I'm just not going for that. I don't want to hear it. Nobody does that. So when you do that, do it to goodbye. But regardless of what kind of haul they get, if Danny Ainge is so into the
French kid,
Wembanyama sweepstakes that he wants to give us all of them players for us, then you take it. If you can get Turner and Hill, you take it.
Okay, so
there's still got to be a switch in the thinking and the philosophy of the Lakers.
I'll pose this question to you and everybody out there. If you're a Laker fan and you have a choice between the proposed Utah deal, which is, again, Gay, Conley, and Clarkson being traded just for Westbrook without the first-round picks, or the Indiana deal for Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, and your first-round pick down the road, and Westbrook going there, which one would you take?
If Buddy Hield is going to come in here shooting, I'm going to take that because one shooter will make it easier on the Lakers right now. Just one. Just somebody that the opposition feels like they have to stick. Because, I mean, nobody's even sticking our three-pointers. Nobody's putting a hand up. Nobody's getting in the face. Just wide open shots that are being given. And the cold part is, I remember this was our strategy against Westbrook. Wasn't that in the playoffs we playing?
Oh, yeah. They played. When he was with Houston, he played off him.
Didn't even bother him.
No, just shoot.
Whatever.
From me to you, shoot.
Now that's being done to about 5 or 6 players on this team.
I just want to point something out to you before we change subjects.
What's that?
You and I both had as many field goals made as Russell Westbrook in Game 2 against the Clippers.
Yeah, I can't get over that. I'm sorry. Cannot forgive it. Can't stop thinking about it. Gotta go.
I can forgive it if his attitude wasn't, I played a solid game.
That's the part. That's it. That I keep leaving that part out. That's the part that makes me so disgusted with it. It's the solid game part. And I know that was just kind of thumbing up to the media. I understand that.
You can't do that, though.
But, like, it's a lot of us that are out here that bleed purple and gold, and we're watching this travesty, this fiasco.
It hurts.
This sham mockery.
It literally, there is nothing better than the end of April, May, June, July, one with chicks with sundresses on in LA.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second thing is seeing all the cars with Laker flags.
Man, I'm telling you.
That's like the best feeling ever if you're from SoCal.
Boy, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough if we make the trade. It's going to be rough if we don't. I think that, again, as much as I can blame Russ for his issues, I think I can also blame AD for, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a lack of aggression, if it's a personality thing. I don't know what it is. I just feel like he's got to be harder in order for the Lakers to achieve any amount of success. It's going to take AD being the alpha dog on the team. It's got to be AD's team, not LeBron. LeBron is 57 years old. We cannot continue to expect him to be the man. We did this already. We did this with Kobe, and it broke him into pieces, right? Let's not make the same mistake again. The man needs help. Look, he needs somebody that's going to come in there and say, look, give me the ball and get away.
Okay, but let me ask this. If we're going to, we blame Russ, there's blame on AD. How much blame also falls on LeBron, and how much does it fall on Pelinka? I mean, those are the 4 people you got to blame.
There's some blame that falls on LeBron because this was LeBron's project and it didn't work. That's number one. When people bring Rob Pelinka into this, I feel like Rob Pelinka was brought there to deliver a championship.
He did that.
That's what he did. All right. So the moves that have happened since then, it's been a collective effort to make these moves.
Right.
So however bad they are, the that's got to be shared. That's got to be shared between LeBron and Pelinka, especially if you got 14 clutch players on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if we put Robin and Pelinka into one, I'll say that's 50% each or total.
When we put Bron and Pelinka?
Yeah, if we did a pie. Bron Pelinka's 50. Mm-hmm. Russ is, I would say, 40. Mm-hmm. And then the remaining 10 is AD.
I think we got to put I want to give 5% of that to Magic Johnson.
Magic didn't push for Westbrook.
Magic left and took some stability with him, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it feels to me as if it was one of those things where it got kind of hot in the kitchen, where it just seemed like an emotional move more so than anything. And it's like, damn, emotions, man. I'm here to bring the Lakers back. I brought LeBron to the team. You know, I feel like he should have stuck it out. I feel like this possibly wouldn't have happened if Magic was involved. I could be wrong.
But from my understanding, the AD deal wouldn't have happened if Magic stayed.
Really?
New Orleans wouldn't deal with Magic.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was part of the problem was Magic because he's Magic.
Is that what it was?
Part of it. Well, I mean, there's some other things behind the scenes that
Yeah, I mean, hey.
will live in infamy. No one will ever hear unless you really know us and get us really, really wasted.
Quite possible. I do feel like there is it's been several things about the whole Lakers dynasty that have come up in the last year. Several shows, documentaries, and what have you.
All were great, by the way.
Yeah. But I think that thing that is, once you find out all of the stuff that's happened over the years, I just think that stability. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Jeannie has absolutely navigated this thing like a boss.
She's phenomenal.
She's the best, right? But I just think that person that can like wear the Lakers as a cape or as a badge, like Dr. Bus did, right? Like Magic did. I think that part is missing. So when
like Kobe did, like Shaq did.
Yeah, when it gets rocky, the ship can get damaged when you don't have a strong mast there. And I don't know how strong outwardly, the mast is for the Lakers right now.
One of the things that used to really piss me off about the Lakers was their unwillingness to get younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they went with the youth movement with the original Lake show with Nick, Ced, Eddie, Eldon, like they were fun to watch. You knew they weren't going to win though. They were just fun to watch.
Right.
They were like the Clippers.
Right.
And then when Phil came and you got Shaq and Kobe and Dell was still there before Phil, and Kobe really wasn't playing a lot, but Nick was still there. They were still fun to watch, but you knew, okay, it's coming. Mm-hmm. Once Phil got there, you knew it was there. And by that time I was in media, so you kind of seen how everything was going down. But now, after Phil, like it just seemed like it was like, all right, damn these picks, let's just trade them away. We're gonna bring in these veterans, and then they did go back to the youth movement with was it Ingram, Randall, and Lonzo, and
no patience, man.
There's none, and that's our fault as Lakers fans.
Thank you. I'm glad you added that.
Yeah, that's our fault because it's championship or bust every year. So
if that's the case and that's the pressure you're going up against, it's not gonna be easy for you to go young and spend the time developing those youngsters.
I mean, look at them now.
That's what I was gonna say. But in the meantime, between time, we got a championship out of this, right? And it's such a afterthought because of the pandemic. It's such an afterthought because it's the subject of the memes and everything else, the bubble ring and blah 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 blah. But we act like it's been 7-8 years since
it feels like it.
It feels like it because we couldn't go to the games.
We
didn't have a parade. We didn't get the fanfare and all of the things that come with the championship that we can watch Milwaukee get and San Francisco get. And but the team that won the championship in 2020 is a championship team.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, the Lakers are always the Lakers. They always will be the Lakers. We will always be one of the most spoiled fan bases.
Lakers fans and Yankees fans, man.
We're never going to be happy. And when the team struggles for more than a year, we take it personal.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what it is. I think the Lakers have some work to do. I think that you're still getting some of the best you can get from LeBron James. You're getting top level all NBA performance from LeBron James, and you need to preserve it. And the way to preserve it is to take some of the load off of him. Mm-hmm. The way you take the load off is AD, 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 AD. And it's like every time he falls down, I have a heart attack.
Yeah, he's one of those players where he goes down, you're like, God, just don't get hurt.
Man.
Like he stubbed his toe on the back of the thing.
God.
Please just don't be a turf toe. Don't be a broken toe. Please just walk normal. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, bro, can we please get off this subject? I'm feeling the subject.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say,
a little worried.
You may have something, you may have a situation on your hands that I don't think you've ever thought of.
What's that? Raiders versus Niners on New Year's Day?
No. You've thought about that religiously. I think you wake up thinking about that.
Can't wait.
No. Magic Johnson owns the Dodgers. He owned part of the Lakers and ran the Lakers. And there's reports that he may be in talks to buy a small percentage of the Raiders.
Ooh, look at that. The trifecta. Squeezes trifecta. Hey, I like it, man. I like it. Just like what I was talking about with the Lakers and having that, that backbone, that stability thing, man. It's like the Raiders and their situation here in Las Vegas is so built for Magic Johnson.
Entertainment.
Just the whole entertainment side. This place is becoming like more Hollywood than Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So,
true.
And Magic really understands the value of entertainment. I think that he could take a product that's already great right now. Mm-hmm. The Raiders game is an experience, man. Golden Knights game is an experience. The Aces game, all different kinds though. They don't bite off of each other in any way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They all offer just Vegas's version of a basketball game, a football game, a hockey game. And the world should know a Vegas version of whatever is upper echelon.
Way better than everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? So
well,
I think that's a match made in heaven, man. I hope it happens in the numbers they talking about just for a minority share. Woo.
Well, I'm taking.
Remember they was calling Mark Davis all these names a couple of years ago. They disrespected him.
And who was there defending them? Talking about just wait.
100%.
Just wait. We were right there, forefront.
100%.
I'm gonna take you down the rabbit hole again, though.
Here we go.
What if this is a precursor?
We got to get some theme music for Trish. We got to get some theme music for when the what ifs come. I want like violins, maybe like some kind of choir or something in the background.
What if this is a precursor to Magic and Mark Davis owning an NBA team, the expansion team that's going to be here?
Hey, looks good to me. Sounds good to me. That'd be wonderful. I see they approved the all net arena
for like the 8th time.
Yeah, happening down off of Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard.
I think it's more likely the deal with Lewicki and Mark Bedane, their group building the casino and the arena in Henderson area. Just when you get in, like by getting towards the strip office by South Point, I think that's more likely than the all net. The all net with Jackie Robinson, that they talked about that for 8-9 years now.
I mean, but that area, they talked about a lot of stuff down there for 8 or 9 years, and it's popping. The cranes are cracking in that area, bro, right?
Tillman Fertitta's building that new casino right there off Trop, a brand new $65 million or something like $2 billion casino, something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. But with the Raiders and what they're, that really was the precursor to all this. Not even the Golden Knights. It was the Raiders coming here and establishing. Basically, they're legitimizing the state of Nevada and Las Vegas.
Yeah, you bought a old, strong brand.
Yeah.
All the other things weren't old and strong. UNLV did what it did years ago, but it's a university. It's not pro sports. The other sports are either moved from somewhere else or expansion. And like the Raiders is just one of the strongest brands in the NFL.
In sports in general.
Yeah, period. So to bring that here, it just kind of really set the city up as just a viable sports city. But then you got to give the Golden Knights their props because they came with immediate success. The Aces showed up with immediate success. So, and even the Raiders, they got in the playoffs last year, man.
500 playoffs back-to-back years.
That ain't too shabby for them when they've been in the doldrums for years. So, I mean, that team, on the other hand, like we were scratching our heads. Like we could look at the Lakers and we could say, okay, nah, this is probably not going to be too. But we've been looking at the Raiders all training camp, all in the offseason.
Yeah, we've been around them.
We can see what they're trying to do there. That's why we were so like shocked at that start, man. At that start. But there's a shift. There's a shift happening now. I've said it from the beginning that these guys are trying to learn this playbook, which is just thick. You know what I'm saying? And with repetition, you get better.
True.
And I figure this team is going to continue to, if they stay healthy, they're going to continue to bruise people. Like we were saying, even in mini camps, like, damn, some big dudes.
A fullback.
Oh my goodness. Like some of the Raiders just look like Transformers or something. And it's like, I've always said, if you can put a team in a position where they have to see big, strong, fresh leg guys in the fourth quarter, you're going to create some problems.
Right.
Josh Jacobs gets stronger as the game goes. He's got that low center of gravity. He's powerful. You got to keep giving him the rock, man. I know people say, oh, he's had some injuries, blah, 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 blah. Man, don't take that man off on third down,
no,
man.
He's definitely got to
take him off the field on third down.
He's got to continue to get the rock. And something I found interesting is they said it on the broadcast on Sunday. They legitimately said that after the first quarter, Derek Carr was basically told, don't audible and just run the play.
Really?
That's what CBS said. That it was basically, I don't know how, I mean, they're saying it from the sideline. We're not reporting it, but that's what was said. And I found that interesting. I mean, I texted you immediately.
Yeah.
And was like, did you, they reported this. Like, can you believe it? Like,
I mean, like I said, I didn't shoot the game this week. I sat in my seat. I had a couple of libations happening. You know what I'm saying? So
that means he was super wasted.
You know what I mean? Silver and black margaritas. But
he was that guy in his section. He can't deny it.
Yeah, it was going down. I had a couple of Houston fans around me. Boy, I was giving them the business.
Oh, Lord.
They start leaving early. I'm like, where you going?
Oh.
But anyway, man, I'm like, I'm at the games that I shot. Derek Carr is always real active at the line, right? When he's in that last system, he really got to knowing it last season before last, right? So he's always doing a lot of changing there. And it's like, I saw a lot of the same, but then I was starting to notice, like, was it necessarily audibling or was he giving instructions? I think a lot of it in the two games that I saw was him calling out assignments to his offensive linemen and other things because guys don't know. And I always say, I keep saying, like, that was something I ain't never seen. We saw in training camp where he had to run some laps. He was messing up. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not disputing whether he was told that or not. Maybe he was. But I know that there's definitely a change, or it was a change in the games that I saw between what he would normally be doing at the line. It wasn't a lot of changing up based on the defense. What I saw was a lot of here telling this guy, you got this, you got that, this is for you, blah, 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 because they just don't know it. Whatever the case, I think they recognize that them three in the middle, the offensive line, and giving the ball to Josh Jacobs is going to open up the passing game. Well,
you're going to get another firsthand view this weekend. You're going to be in New Orleans as they take on the Saints.
Yes.
Lord knows what you're going to be up to.
And I hate that. I got to chill out. Saints ain't, New Orleans is not really a big tailgate city, right? So I'm gonna be on point completely for the whole game. After the game, I'm gonna go get wasted. But I'm gonna do my job first, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen out for this audible situation because that's pretty intriguing there.
It is.
And I mean the thing is, if you don't necessarily know the system, do you need to be audibling that much?
Not at all. You run what the coach is calling because he sees something that needs to be ran, and trust him. That's the trust that needs to be built.
Well, I know this much. I think that we understand that hiding that bracket to Devontae Adams, you beat that by running the ball down their throats.
100%.
And that's going to open up shots for your number one receiver who hasn't been able to be used effectively for fear of turnovers.
And with that being said, Devontae, my PSA to you, the show is still welcome for you to come on board. Brother, we here for you, Westside Tay. I got you. I try nothing. You will not. No clickbait. No crazy things. It's no bulletin board material. Your boy Joe got you. Okay. Tell me.
On that note, though, you want to say anything about the Green Bay Packers?
Not at all. They suck right now.
Wait a minute.
This ain't a show about Green Bay.
Sweep it under the rug.
This ain't a show. This is a Vegas sports show. We're talking about stuff we cover, right? You get mad when I bring it up. You can't bring it up because they suck right now. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, all right.
But when they win, they damn sure gonna get brought up.
No. We ain't doing it like that.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Since you asked and I was not prepared for that, I will say that.
Don't. All right. You say some trash. I'm gonna take it out.
I am disappointed.
Okay.
Thoroughly with the way they played to be 3-4 when they have the most talented quarterback who looks completely disinterested in playing football. And we talk about accountability. There's none on his end for his poor play, throwing balls in the dirt and expecting guys to catch them. Can't complete a ball in the flat or a screen pass. Can't complete deep passes. A lot of that is on him, and there needs to be accountability. So if he needs to go drink some more ayahuasca, hey, go do what you got to do, bruh. Eat a magic mushroom on a Tuesday and chill out. I don't care, but get your mind right, because if you're a Packer fan, it sucks to see Aaron Rodgers play this poorly, and in turn, your team plays like shit.
Are the GOATs tired, man?
No, I think
Tom Brady tired. Is Aaron Rodgers tired?
I think with Brady, I think the whole family issue is weighing on him. And if you've ever gone through a divorce or separation and being away from your kids, that shit wears on you. Like your inside, no matter how focused you are at work, how that's your preparation is always you're not going to be fully prepared because your mind is always going to be somewhere else. And I think with Rodgers, I just think that at this point it's like, well, I know we're going to suck this year, so let me just go through the motions. And it's like, no, dude, like that's not what you're getting paid $50 million a year for. You're getting paid to go out there, earn
So
it.
you believe that you have a contending team?
Super Bowl contending, not right now. At this point in the season, not right now.
So what is Aaron Rodgers supposed to do about that?
So what, do you stop playing?
What is he supposed to do about that?
You go out there and compete.
And do for what? To what end?
To the
I
end.
go out there and blow up my ACL and get sacked 500 times.
He's not getting sacked 500 times.
I don't have nobody to throw the ball to.
He's
dudes
missing
won't
them.
run their routes like they supposed to.
They're young and they're learning how to run the routes.
I'm old. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I got gray hair. I'm tired. My foot hurts.
So retire.
Give me something to play with here.
Retire. And you know what? Trade deadline is a week away. We'll see what they do.
What do you mean see what they do?
Hey.
What do you think? What are you saying?
Gonna
trade Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Or what?
No, bring somebody in.
Right, who are you going to bring in?
Well, there is a free agent receiver out there that's be ready to go in November. OBJ will look kind of good in green and gold.
And you think that's going to do it?
I think that helps. And I think the Broncos are talking about trading Judy and Hamler, KJ Hamler. Those are two guys that one of them would fit really nice there. You have, the Saints and Mike Thomas, who there's a big rift there. And he's not necessarily happy. That could be another guy that gets moved. I'm not saying he is. You also have Braden Cooks from the Texans. They're not. That's Brandon not a Cooks. Yeah, whatever. It spells it Braden, but it's not a needle mover. But still, it's just the fact that there's guys that are out there. If they want receivers, they can go get a guy like that. If they don't, then they don't. But the reality is, if they want to compete, they're going to need to go get some receiving help. And I've said this on another show I do for another sports group. Ndamukong Suh and Sheldon Richardson are out there. If you want to I agree with you with defensive line. You got to rotate guys in. I'd rather have Ndamukong Suh be one of my guys I put in next to Kenny Clark and Jaron Green and Sands and Lowry than a lot of other guys that are out there. And he's won a title. He knows what it takes.
Let me say this much about the Packers. Bro, we don't give a shit about the Packers.
You brought him up to me.
We don't care about the Packers.
You brought him up.
Stop talking about
That's
the
why
Packers.
you're wearing a Giants hat.
Stop talking about the Packers. This is not a Packers show. especially in the fact that 2 days from now, it's high school football playoffs in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I was
Why are we
waiting to get
talking
to?
about the Packers?
Because you brought them up.
Could you please stop talking about the Packers all the time?
Yep, you brought them up. Don't bring them up, and
All
I
right,
won't.
so now we're going to go to something important.
High school football.
Las
Man.
Vegas high school football. We at the end, baby.
No, but let's talk about how we got here. Let's talk about what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, okay, look, I was in a Twitter debate with a coach from a high school this past weekend about Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman is a top 3 school in the country. I don't care what Max Prep says.
Yeah, for sure.
They should have beat Mater Dei, and I think anybody at Gorman will tell you they should have beat Mater Dei.
Yes.
And he says pretty much because Gorman is they don't have to play by the rules of CCSD because they're a private school.
Yeah.
That they can do whatever they want, and it's never going to be an even playing field. And it's not fair to kids playing football in Las Vegas, high school football in Las Vegas.
Oh, this is a coach?
This is a coach.
Okay.
And my retort was, in order for Las Vegas football to be relevant nationally from a recruiting standpoint, you need Bishop Gorman to be the big bad wolf. No one's going to come watch a regular kid at an insert local high school's game because on a national level, they're not going to come to Vegas. Look how it was prior to. It was Steven Jackson, DeMarco Murray, but guess where DeMarco Murray went? Bishop Gorman.
Right.
You had Randall Grimes, or not Grimes. Well, Grimes but he was DP, but it was during Gorman's run.
Right.
Xavier Grimble, it was like, they brought this guy from, again, Gorman.
Yes.
These are national guys that are, then they come, I'm a recruiter, you're at Gorman. Hey, Squeeze, give me some more guys around town. Where's some schools I could go to?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, they need that. And the fact of the matter is, schools in Northern Nevada don't want to play in 5A and play Gorman. After they kicked the shit out of people in the 90s, they were beating the brakes off of everybody in Nevada. But now because it's happening to them, they're just too good. We just want to go down to the next level, which is the 4A level, because that's where our guys can compete. No, teach competition. Sometimes it's good. I hate the term bullying. I think it's the most just crazy term, because how do you learn to stand up for yourself if somebody doesn't push you? If someone is bullying you,
Gotta fight them.
exactly. So what do you got to do? Look at Liberty High School. They're like, Rich Morocco said, fuck that. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to build a culture and I'm going to get you. And he got him in 2019 and he probably was going to get him in 2020 if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Agreed.
Rich in Liberty, they have no fear of Gorman, and I respect the hell out of them for that. But all of these other schools and a lot of these other coaches around here, they tuck tail, they're butthole puckers when they play Gorman, and it's like, crap. Well, we just lost no matter what. It's just Gorman. That's just what they do.
But Verb, you know what? You're leaving something out.
What's that?
None of those people have a shot in hell. These are kids, man. Understand that. They ain't pros. They don't get paid to play. They don't have a shot in hell. Liberty at least got a shot in hell. They got a shot.
Let me ask
They'll
you.
be able to score a couple of points. Nobody else will even score on Gorman.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm going to use this school because we know them better than anybody. If Silverado were to play them, not saying they would beat them, they're not going to fear them, and I think they score on them.
Yeah, they definitely score. And they damn sure ain't going to fear nothing.
That's my point.
Absolutely not.
That is my point.
But you can't leave out the most important part about what you just said. Those kids been together since sixth grade. They ain't going to be scared of nobody. One of them could fart down the street and the other one will smell it before it happens. You understand what I'm saying? That is a team. That doesn't always happen. Them kids been playing together since Pop Warner. They decide to go to the same high school together and play on the same team together. Whether it's because of the zone, where they live, whatever the case may be, the point is they've been together for a long time. They know each other. They know the system. They've been playing for that coach. Like these other teams, they don't have it like that. So the way you got to look at it is, yes, you're right. If it's not for Bishop Gorman, nobody cares about this city. You're 100% right about that. But you also have to understand what these coaches are up against.
I understand. I coached out here. I know what they're up against.
So why do you think that's so foreign, what the coach that you were speaking to is saying? It's not that foreign. He might be whining. But
it's not bad. It's not bad for Las Vegas high school football. I don't think it's bad for it, because if that's the case, and the NIA has to do this, they have to go back and look at the zones, because if we're talking about teams that win the most championships in Las Vegas, guess who's up there? Guess what school is up near the top? Coronado.
Oh, you mean in all sports?
In all sports.
Okay. Right.
They win in all other a lot of other sports, basketball, all these other sports.
Right.
You have Centennial with women's basketball. Mm-hmm. But Centennial's football team isn't a 5A team. They're probably 4A, maybe high level 3A right now. It's a rebuilding. They're rebuilding. Yeah. So when I see that, it's like you have to look. I believe this. This is what I would do across the board in college and in high school, and maybe even some professional leagues. Relegation. Tell me it's not right. You have your 6 teams in league, and the bottom 2 every 2 years, if they're not competitive, they get swept out for the next 2 competitive teams. And that gives a cycle. Now, will Gorman and Liberty be in 5A forever? More than likely. Okay, so what? It happens. But those other teams, it gives them an opportunity to compete and see. And you can have, okay, guess what? Squeeze, we got this young team, and in 2 years, they're all going to be sophomores. Yeah. Man, and we're going up there, we can get with them.
I understand. I hear where you're going. I'm not necessarily a relegation guy. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that the system out here in Vegas is
whack.
I don't really understand. It's the same thing with college football though. That system is kind of stupid too. It's like the best teams should be able to play each other. Period. The best teams should be able to play each other. Put all the winners in a pot and let them play each other. Gorman is going to beat everybody 9 times out of 10. That 1 time out of 10, Liberty is going to get them. If Desert Pines keeps moving in the direction that they're moving, because that's my most improved team from the years that I've been doing this.
Well,
I see a big difference between that team this year and last year.
You bring up a good point with that, but I'll say this. What they're most improved in is their discipline.
Yes.
Versus they were more talented in the past. There was
maybe so,
but zero discipline, and I would say this, 0 heart. But this team we've seen last week,
yes,
a lot of heart, discipline, and I respect that. I gained a lot of respect for them for that.
They got some talent. I don't like they ain't no pushovers.
No.
And if this is the start of an upturn for them, then glad on it. No team is going to be able to dominate forever.
No.
Gorman is going to have the upper hand as long as they get to recruit. So I came out of a Catholic school. I understand it. Like, you can get your players from wherever. You have more of an opportunity to be good for a sustained amount of time. You got the archdiocese money. You got tuition money. You got things that these public schools just don't have. So I get it. Maybe that coach went a little extreme to say that it's bad for football, but at the same time, he's coaching kids. He's coaching kids, and he's selling hope to these kids. These kids know that when they line up against Branch, they're going to lose.
Let me ask you a question, though. Should it be, if I'm at a 4A level, right?
Yeah.
Gorman's in 5A. It's a whole different division, if you don't know, folks. I don't got to play Gorman. I'm not worried about them.
Right.
I got to worry about beating Silverado. I got to worry about beating Las Vegas.
Yes.
I would keep Gorman's name out my mouth.
Oh, that was a 4A coach?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I like him. He's a good dude. Honestly, he's a good dude. I'm not throwing you under the bus, so I'm not naming your name. But to me, it's just focus on what you can control and what you have. You have a chance at a 4A level to compete with. Look, Las Vegas, I think they were a sleeper team to play Silverado for the championship. I think,
because I was about to tell the 4A coach, I was about to let him know what he may not know.
Go ahead. We'll let him know.
You can't beat Silverado. No way. I wouldn't worry about Gorman.
Well,
sorry. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm on the sideline watching this stuff.
But for me, you said DP is your most improved. To me, it's Las Vegas.
Okay.
What they have is we've seen them for a half, and we've seen a team that can hit, a team that can run, and a quarterback that could sling it. Yeah. And they have some speed in different positions.
They do.
So I think Las Vegas, I don't know what type of matchup it would be against Silverado. I still like Silverado big in that. I think if Las Vegas plays Shadow Ridge, and they led Shadow Ridge last year in the state semis at halftime until Shadow Ridge came back. I think this is a better Las Vegas team. I think Las Vegas could beat Shadow Ridge to play Silverado.
You think so?
I do. I think that's going to be a matchup that I'm looking forward to down the road. So obviously, are we having repeat champions?
I think so. Yeah, but definitely, we're absolutely having repeat champions.
There you go.
For sure, 100%. I keep going back to the same thing with Silverado. Once I learned their story, I understood why they play the way they play. This is not like my affinity for them is not based on their history or none of that. I don't know any of that.
We don't care about that.
It ain't about none of that. I'm watching. I'm seeing the eye test. What turned me on about that team last year was the communication on defense, because you know I got 2 NFL teams, right? I watch one consistently for generations communicate on defense, scream, talk to each other. They do it. They're doing it now. They didn't do it Sunday. Then the other team just consistently doesn't. Right? Raiders just started literally to a point where I can see something happening on that side of the ball. I'm looking at a high school team and I'm looking at the level of communication on defense, and I mean it's a thing of beauty to watch, man.
It is,
but you have to know each other.
Well,
to be able to play like that.
To the point. Even with Gorman, they've outscored their opponents 355-0 for local teams in Las Vegas. Silverado's outscored the opponents 497-0.
Boy.
So I mean, you're looking at 2 legitimate powerhouses. The playoffs start in 24 hours.
They do.
So we're gonna be out there, and the game that we're gonna be at, the Sierra Vista Durango game, that's gonna be an interesting game too. Yeah. I think that's why we chose it as the game of the week for us. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna see some action. It's gonna be chippy.
Yeah.
And we'll have flicks. But that reminds me, we get asked this a lot when it comes to our pictures, because everybody loves our photographers and the work that they across the board.
Yeah.
Where can you explain where to get the pictures if you're a player, a coach, or a parent, and you want to know where to get? He's going to tell you where you get the pictures at.
You can get the pictures a couple of ways. For the kids, I mean, I know you guys are on Instagram. You know the link up at the top in the bio, right? When you go to our page and you see our bio there and there's one link, click it. Click that link and you're going to basically see a mini FSM site. And the first button there is the button to get to the gallery. Literally, click the gallery. If you haven't been to our gallery before, you have to put in your email address, like that we do ask for, in order to open up the gallery. And from there, we even have a video. It's the first pent video on the Franchise Sports Media Instagram page, and it shows you how to get to your photos, how to download digital prints. I mean, you can order framed work, you can do canvases, wall art for your house. We got metal joints, all kinds of things, man. And so go to the link in bio on Instagram. That's the best place to find it. Once you click that, our link in bio site will open up, and it's the first button there to check out your photos. And we got a serious dump from all season.
The whole season. And this week we'll be featuring on our Instagram page by school. So pay attention. We're going to be tagging your schools every day this week throughout the playoffs to just showcase the photos that we shot for you guys. And hopefully you're interested in getting them and hanging them up, sending them to your folks and all that good stuff. So go to the FSM photo gallery and download yourself, man. Some of y'all look great. I got some good shots of some of y'all this year, man. And some of y'all that ask me before games when you're in the warm-ups, when you should be paying attention, and you're over here saying, hey, get me. I'm 63, get me. I got you. I'm not saying if I talk to players or I'm not getting myself in any more trouble. Nice. Nice. On that note, hopefully I get carried off the field again this year, though. Oh yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. Silverado. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I am gonna do though? What's that? After this week's games, I'm gonna run that 2019 Liberty over Bishop Gorman highlight reel. Ooh. We're going to stir it up a little bit. Here he goes. Stir it up a little bit out here, man. That was a historic night. It was. First time. Freezing. Yeah, well, you went to the car. You left before overtime. Look, man, I'm tropical. Yeah, okay. It's rough. Well, on that note, we up out of here.
Yes, we are.
Congratulations to all the teams making playoffs and all the players that played, this year and left it all on the gridiron. For TQ, I'm Joe Arrigo. This is the Franchise Podcast. Thank you to Tristan LaClasse, our director, all of our photographers, all you that came out and shot, and most of all, thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow us on all social media at TheFranchiseLV.
Do that pretty good,
Appreciate that.
Peace.
Original gorilla in the mist.